Early Saturday morning, I'm gonna pack up a few things here and head down to the creek, do the bow drill, maybe cook a chicken, hopefully catch some fish, throw out some limb lines, and hopefully have a good day. So I'm getting my cold brew filtered off here, good and fresh. Been in the fridge for 12 hours. I gotta have that to get going. What I'm gonna pack, I got a small chicken, watermelon, I think I'm gonna half that. But I got my tomahawk, it's got a belt carry, so I carry that on my belt. A little cordage, knife, pliers, got some bank line and hooks. Tabasco, got an ear of corn, sweet potato, some water and ice. And I'm gonna get all that packed up, get my coffee ready, and head out the door. Alright, I got my cooler. I got a pack of hot dogs just for fish bait. Everything else I packed in my pockets. I got my coffee, ready to get going. Let's ride. Sun's starting to come up now. Went by and got my chores done and back on the road again. Almost to the creek, and I'm gonna take you back to my favorite bug out spot. Along the way we'll throw out some bank lines and gather up some materials for the bow drill. Get back there and have a little fun. I'll see you in a minute. I'm almost here. I gotta make a few turns and I'll be there. Limb line ready here. I just tie it to a green limb up there. I got me a piece of hot dog on there. I'm gonna toss it out there. I'm gonna try to run about 5-6 of these on our way back. So this is number one. We'll come back later and check it. Here's the second one. I won't show you a whole ton of them, but that's a couple. So this is the place in the creek I was headed to. Right behind you there, I got a little spot I'm gonna set up to cook. I like this little fishing hole here. I got 5 lines out on the way down here. I'm gonna put one more over here. Now I gotta gather up a few more things, get the fire going. It looks like it's gonna be a nice day. I think this piece of wood here will make a good hearth for my bow drill, and I think I might also be able to get a fork out of it to eat with. But here's my knife in action. I just gotta saw me off a little chunk of this. Once I get that cut off, I'll split it down and start making my hearth. So I got the wood cut. I gotta split it down some, clean it up, shape it, make the block for the hearth for the bow drill. There's a lot of parts to it, and it takes a lot of time and patience. Just getting your fire ready. Here you got to make a bird nest and stuff, or some really fine stuff to take off. All you're gonna get out of a bow drill is a really fine ember you got to work with. It don't just burst into flames automatically. It takes some time and patience, a little bit of work. It takes a lot of practice. I've done it a lot of times before I finally caught on and got it to go on. So you definitely want to practice it a lot. Don't rely on it for sure if you haven't ever practiced. And if it's wet at all out, damp or anything, it's almost impossible. It's got to be really dry out. And it just takes a lot of time and patience, but it's fun. It's something to mess with. Gives me something to do while I'm waiting on my fish to bite. So give me a little while to shape this up and get it down where we want. I'll show you the parts. I won't go into major detail on everything. A lot of people do that, so you can look it up, and they'll take you step by step of everything in detail. It just takes practice. is all I know. So I'll show you how I make up my parts and everything. And there's a lot of Japanese honeysuckle around here. I dug inside of the bark of an old one and dug out all this little super fine shavings. You just keep ripping them and make them fine as you can until you get to what you call a bird's nest. That's what you're going to drop your ember in. You got to have all the different next stages of the fire. A little twig, I got some extra bark here, and then the next size up twigs, and keep going up, because your fire is just going to start as an ember and then you got to build it up. And then I got some other big stuff laying there I can just start throwing in once I get something going. Here's where I'm at on my hearth board. I just carved it down to there. I got a little dimple in it. I'll get me a spindle and a bow going, and you just get a slow start in there and get it seated, and then we'll notch it out for somewhere for our ember to drop out. And then I grab some sycamore bark to lay underneath it, drop the ember on, and transfer the ember into this bird's nest. And I also got a stick here off a Japanese maple it's hollowed out. I shoved another stick through it, got it to where it's hollow, made me a straw where I can blow into that instead of trying to wave it. Now I can just blow into there gently on that ember to get it to burst into flames, and that little straw will keep it away from my face where I don't catch my beard on fire. So let me get the bow together now. My bow's not nothing too special. I just got a dry stick with a fork on it. I put a little notch on that end. It's pretty stiff, that way it don't get flimsy on me and try to stretch and spring on me. You want it to be pretty stiff. And then I made the spindle. You want the top to be really pointed, where it don't have any friction on it. And the bottom where in the hearth, it can be a little bit rounder. But usually you build a building or a bearing block, but I think I'm gonna try this set screw in this tomahawk, and it should fit in there, and hopefully that'll work. If not, I'll build a bearing block. But I've seen a lot of guys that have them in their handles and their knives and stuff, and they work pretty good for a bearing block. I also have at home, I have a kneecap from a deer that works really good. That's what I usually use, but I didn't bring it. So let me put it together here and we'll get it seated. That set screw wasn't going to work for a bearing block. It just chewed the end of my spindle off. So I'm going to start a dimple here and try that. Sometimes when you do wood on wood for a bearing block, you're going to have to pack a little bit of leaf or something in there to stop the friction, to keep it from building too much friction on the top of your bearing block. You want it all down at the bottom on your hearth. So let's give it a try, get it set in there, and then we'll get it going. That works pretty good for a bearing block. It's starting to seat in real well. Just run it for a while till it all gets a good fit together. You don't have to go super fast or anything. Just get it where it's fitting good. I think that should do pretty good. Let's put our notch in our hearth now so we can drop a ember out of it. You can see where it started to seat in there pretty good. Now I cut my little V-notch out of there and cut back in under it. That way my ember can hopefully fall out and fall down on my piece of sycamore bark. And I'll have my ember to transfer to my bird's nest. So let's get set up and see if we can get one. Here we go. Try it again. I dropped it once. Gotta get in position pretty good and brace yourself with your leg. I can pick it up a little bit once you get going. I'm getting a little smoke. Hey, I got a good seat. I'm gonna get going pretty good here now. anything. Yeah, I got a little bit to drop out of there. You barely see it there. See if I can get a better angle. You gotta leave it sit for a while, let it catch. I'm surprised it caught that well, but you can try to get a little bit, let it sit a while, let that dust catch good. Just take your time, you don't want to lose it. It's a lot of work to get them. It took me a few tries. Okay, I'm gonna try to move it. See if I can get it to brighten up for you a little bit. I can't hardly blow on this camera in front of me. Give me a minute. Okay, another little trick. I got all this punk wood here. I got all my wood staged up on. You break off a little bit of that. You can drop it in and around your ember, and that'll get that ember nice and big. And you can just let that go for a while. Wait till you get a nice big coal, and that's just going to make it that much simpler on you when you go to put it in your bird's nest. Just leave it sit and try to get a little air to it lightly to get that coal going really good. And then we'll put it in the bird's nest. Okay, I'm trying from a different angle. I can blow on it a little here. I'm really starting to get that punk wood going good. It's kind of exciting, you know. You're probably going to get somewhere once you get something like that going. Look at that, looking good. I'm gonna get me some more punk wood in there and get really nice coal going. That's gonna make it so much easier to start the fire. I'll be right back. I've never done it this way before, but I'm actually gonna start feeding that bird nest in from the top and just lightly blowing on it. I got my straw here. See that? I'm gonna keep on adding a little more in there and blow on it with this straw. It's about to go. I gotta get that in there. My bird's nest stuff there might be a little too damp. Let me get some more punk wood in there. I don't want to lose my coal. Trying to take now. My bird's nest material just ain't as good as I want, but it's gonna go. It's just gonna take me a minute. It comes up and then it goes out. That bird's nest material is just not dry enough, but I'm gonna keep working at it. See the size of that ember I still got down there. I'm having a hard time getting this bird's nest material started, but I'm not gonna make this last forever trying to do this. I'm gonna try to get it going and then I'll go from there. I think I got it enough. It's all the prep work, man. It takes a while, but I think I can get it going now. It usually always takes me forever to get the ember going with the bow drill, but it didn't take nothing that time. But now to get that flame come out of it's being a trick, but I think I got it. I'm gonna go from here and get this fire going good. It's gonna go. I'm gonna have a decent fire, so I'm gonna build the fire up and then I'm gonna show you how to get my chicken ready to cook. Once I get that going, I'll work on a tripod. So I'm coming back and check one of my lines. I got one on here. I'm gonna try to get a camera set up where you can see me bring him in. Hopefully I get him in. It's hard to see him from right like this, but you can see that line stretched out there. I saw him take off. Leatherback turtle. I'm not gonna mess with him. I'm gonna get the hook out of him, let him go, but and reset it. But I caught something there, huh? Got something else here. Let's hope it's a fish. I don't know what the heck it is yet. Oh yeah. Yay. Nice little cat. Easy, buddy. Look at that. That's a nice one. I like that. Don't you? I'm gonna put him on the stringer. Keep him. I'll eat that tomorrow. Not sure yet what it is, but he's got it upstream sitting still, so I'm gonna pull it in and see what we got. It's just a little tiny cat. He's a cute little thing, but I'm gonna put him back. I'm gonna let him get a little bigger, but that's the second fish though. Got another one here. He's up towards the bank here. I don't know what it is. Probably, I think it's another turtle though. It is. Another leatherback. He's completely swallowed a hook, so I'm gonna cut him loose. Oh. All right, that's what I call my flying chicken. I got him hanging here on a tripod. You can make all kinds of tripods. You can get elaborate with lashings and everything, and it's just a temporary thing. The simplest way I've found to take off my tomahawk hoop, just a steel ring, and then I'll shove me some sticks in there. It's got this extra little ring on the side for tying things onto. I'll drop that stick down, that's a green one, to my chicken. I just made a stick with a big hook on the bottom of it, so my chicken can fly over the fire. I split them in half, open them up so they can get fully cooked all on one side, or it's just easier. It'll cook there quick as I want. If you want to adjust the temperature, all you do is pull the legs out on the tripod, lower it down, put them closer together and raise it up. I got my corn and sweet potato on the sidelines there. And that chicken will take a little while, but I'm gonna go check my lines again and rebait them in the meantime. Then I'm gonna try to carve me up a fork to eat with. But it's gonna be a good little meal. I gotta eat something here soon. I'm starting to get hungry. I got another one on here. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna bring him in and show you, see what we got. This same place I caught that nicer one earlier. Another daggone turtle. Believe that? Third turtle. He swallowed a hook, so I'm gonna cut him loose. I ain't keeping these things. I'm not that hungry. I got a chicken and another catfish. I'll be able to eat them. Something else on here. It's moving too quick to be a turtle, so hopefully it's a decent sized cat. I'm gonna pull him in. Here we go. Just about lost him. It's not the biggest, but it's good enough to eat. I'll put him with that other one I got. I'll have a really nice meal. So there's that. I'm gonna rebait. Go put him on the stringer. Chicken's getting close over there, so I'm over here trying to make me a little fork. Something I kind of got a split here already, but I think it might hold together. I was just trying to auger out little holes here to where I can maybe gently saw down with my knife blade, trim them out, maybe sharpen up the prongs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's starting to look like a fork though, just a stick. Well, here we go. I think I can eat with that. I'm not gonna spend no more time on it. That's a good enough job, and I don't even have to wash it when I'm done. I'll just throw it in the fire. Chicken's all done here. I can tell. I grab the legs and wiggle them. They're about to fall off. This smells good. So I'm gonna pull him off here and set the table and show you what this is all about. Shit, I almost forgot to show you my watermelon. I got it out of the cooler. It's ice cold. It's a really good one. Sweet as candy. Man, what a meal. Chicken's great. I really don't even know no better way to spend the day. Tender, sweet. Oh my gosh. My sweet potato. The watermelon. I'm gonna eat up. I'll get back with you. Well, it's about demolished. I got a little bit to pick on the bones and a couple bites of watermelon left here. It won't last long. I'm gonna finish this up, relax a while. I'm gonna go pull all my lines back in. Maybe we got another fish, but I got ice left in the cooler, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean these fish out here and fillet them and all, so that way when I get home they're all ready for me to cook again. I don't know if I'm gonna deep fry them or what I'm gonna do. I might even put them in the freezer and bring them back out on a trip, but usually I like to catch my fresh fish and eat it right away, so I'm sure it'll get eaten tomorrow. Got another one here. See what we got. Well, you guessed it, another turtle. This thing pretty heavy here, but he's going back in. Well, I got one more turtle, snapper this time. Mean bastard. I'm gonna cut him loose. This is it on the lines. The mid-sized one I had there, he wore his lip off on the stringer and got off, I guess, so I ended up with this one. I'm gonna fillet him up, probably call it a day. Sorry this one ended up so long, but that's how it went. I hope you liked it. I know there's a couple spots there the sound wasn't in. I guess I had my thumb on the mute or something, but it wasn't no big deal. At least you got to see what was up. But that's about it. I'm gonna start hiking back. I'm gonna clean up my mess, thank Mother Nature. See you on the next one. Peace.